Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to Newswatch 12. Midday, we're seeing a lot of wintry scenes like this one. This view coming courtesy of the Sky Lakes Medical Center in Klamath Falls. I'd argue that there's probably about an inch of snow on the ground right now, if not more. But the bulk of the heavy snow that's still falling right now is in Siskiyou County. Snow levels between 3,500 to 4,000 feet. And we'll talk more about snow levels coming up here in a bit. Let's go ahead and show you the rest of today with Stormcast. We stopped this right around dinner time. You can still see that there's going to be quite a bit of snow concentrated there along the Cascade Ridgeline, but come time for midnight, it's looking like most of us are going to be pretty dry. We get a little bit of a breather before this next little blast of rain and snow impacts us, making travel. It'll still be pretty difficult for tomorrow, and we'll time this out throughout the day. Lunchtime, dinner time, widespread rain and snow. Now the snow levels are going to be a little bit higher for tomorrow, which will help out with the passes, but let me just tell you, if you have outdoor plans for tomorrow, just go ahead and bring those in. And for Sunday, you'll probably want to bring those inside as well, as we're going to have continuous wet weather. Here's some of the water projections we're expecting through Saturday night. We could have maybe upwards of 2 to 4 inches along the coast and up in the mountains. Even the Illinois Valley could get upwards of an inch, but definitely a lot less for the Rogue Valley, Shasta Valley, and for areas to the east of the Cascades. But all of us are going to get some very beneficial moisture, certainly some very good news, because up to this point, it's been a pretty lackluster start to the wet season. Like I said, snow levels a little bit later today will get up to around 4,500 feet, dropping down to 3,500 feet overnight, but then back up to 6,000 feet for tomorrow. So definitely for those roadways in between 4,500 feet to 6,000 feet, we could see some improvement, but above 6,000 feet, it's still going to look pretty rough. Here's some of the snowfall estimates we're expecting through Saturday night, always subject to change, but we are expecting feet and feet and feet of snow up in the Cascades, and we already have chains required there. So if we have additional chain requirements for some of the lower passes, we'll have to keep a very close eye on that. And all chain requirements, listed online at ktrv.com. And to add insult to injury, travel's not just going to be tough because of the snow. It could also be pretty tough because of the combination of the snow and the winds. Winds could gust along and east of the Cascades upwards of 40 to 60 miles per hour, with that peak time frame being Saturday morning through Sunday afternoon. We'll talk about it more at length coming up a little bit later in the show, what you should do to prep for some of those wind gusts. So for today, even the winds today could gust upwards of 45 miles per hour coming up out of the southwest, mainly along and east of the Cascades. Widespread rain and snow, just a very wintry day, getting a little bit of a lull in the action overnight, but then a lot more active weather into Saturday and Sunday. We're not as concerned about snow for Sunday, more so for the winds, but snow levels coming up. We'll see rain mainly for Monday and Tuesday, then snow levels going back down, so we could have another bout of snow into Wednesday and Thursday. And I decided to tack this graphic onto the end here because in the midst of everything else going on, this seems like a footnote, but it's still pretty important. We have an increased risk of sneaker waves from Saturday morning through Tuesday morning for the coast. So if you're going to be along the coastline, just do not turn your back towards the ocean, because those sneaker waves can sneak up on you and take you out to sea. That's why they're called sneaker waves. This is a 7-day forecast for the coast. Rain and thunderstorms looking likely for today and tomorrow, then rain chances staying pretty consistent after that. For Siskiyou County, at least for the Shasta Valley, we could see a wintry mix for today, but then likely just rain by Saturday afternoon. And then for the basin, a couple different chances of a rain-snow mix over the next 48 hours, and then it's likely just going to be rain come time for Sunday afternoon. For the Cascades, we've already touched on it ad nauseum, just how bad travel is up that way. And then for the Rogue Valley, a lot of rain looking likely over the next 7 days.
Lots of rain. I'm going to have to break out my big winter rain jacket, my hat, gloves, everything. It's about that time of year, isn't it?
The whole winter section of the closet, just got to clear it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
Of course.